He's licking the mics. No!
Don't lick the snowballs, Rock. Quiet on the set. We got a guest in the studio. Shh. It's quiet hours on an all new 10 Adam Talk for an Hour, the podcast.
Hi.
Hey. Shh. I'm looking up tuna casserole recipes.
Ew.
You got a good one?
I think
Tell
you
us
just
about
throw
it.
it in there.
Throw it in.
Yeah, it's
Throw it in what?
in a casserole dish.
All right.
Tuna,
Tuna. Check.
noodles,
Noodles.
some kind
Egg
of noodles.
noodles.
Egg noodles.
Love egg noodles.
Cook those first? I guess you wouldn't have to. If
Boil them.
Okay, well. And then you bake them?
I thought you needed some kind of substance, some soil, some...
I haven't gotten to that part
liquid.
yet.
Well,
But
keep
if
going.
you
Sound
bake
like
it,
you're-
I'm saying, do you cook the noodles first and put them in there? Or do you just put the raw noodle in there and let them cook in the oven?
That's why I want a recipe.
All right.
Adam's looking up everything. He's back to looking everything up. I'm banned from looking things up or doing anything extra on this tiny... Oh, I should
Tiny.
have dissed the computer here and the laptop. It's working for us right now. You know what's... anyway.
You're worried about AI coming to get you for talking bad about it. I got
You're talking too loud.
I'm talking too loud?
Yeah, our guest is waking up.
Jeez.
He's being such a good boy.
Sit up and say hi.
Sit up and say hi.
Come on.
Rocco?
Come on. Sit
You
up.
got a dog on the set. It's
This
in
is
the
his
studio.
first TV appearance. Oh, he's a
trying-
good boy. Oh, my goodness. Just say
trying out
hi.
to- he's so shy.
Look, now he's
he's
laying
trying
on
out
you.
to
That's
be,
great. Yeah, put your
He's
hair
trying
over
to
him.
be, trying out for our producer spot.
Good boy.
Good boy. This is the nicest he's been. That's
He's
all we
snug.
need.
He's got his head in Ted's crotch.
Oh, yeah.
That's nice. Good
Okay,
boy.
all right, back to bed.
He's going back to sleep. Shh. Rocco
watch out-
doesn't have anybody else here, so he has to
You're
have
on
eyes
watch.
on him.
Adam's riding solo right now.
I got
You and
Rocco.
Rocco.
Me and Rocco.
Rocco hasn't left his side since earlier.
We're
For
going on
days
like
now.
5 days. Look at him.
Look at him. This is our
Smell your
best
hands now.
guest yet.
All
No
right.
offense to other guests.
But the reason I got so loud and awoke the dog was
sorry.
because
Sorry, Rocco.
not only did I find a tuna noodle casserole recipe,
It's no ingredient tuna noodle casserole.
I found the best tuna
Okay,
noodle
let me get
casserole
my
recipe.
writing device out.
This is brought to you by allrecipes.com.
Oh, my question is, how do they get all the recipes on that one website? Adam.
The internet's a crazy thing. Right, Rocco? Okay, here's what you're going to need. Do you want to hear this?
One of my pens.
It's in the crack of your pants. I can see it from here.
You can't?
Yes.
Where?
Yep. Keep
Here?
flopping around. Oh, wait. Is that your
Rocco
drawstring? Yeah, I
Rocco
thought that was
must
the
have-
pin. My bad.
Oh, man. Rocco, where'd that pen go? Okay, anyway.
Blame this on the dog.
Well, you brought him down here. Why not? Okay, best tuna noodle casserole.
The best. You ready?
It says tuna noodle.
I'll just send it to you.
Well, I can't look it up right now. Tell me what's in it. All right, what's in it?
Egg noodles.
Got that. I did buy those.
This
Check.
is the best tuna.
Oh, shit, I'm writing this down.
All right.
This is the best one?
Yeah, the best.
You sure?
Yeah. Now I had to go all the way. Oh, jeez, dude, you messed up. I had to jump to the recipe.
And
Now we're all jacked
now you just
up.
signed up for tuna noodle
I clicked on
.com
7 ads,
yearly-
and now I got to
yearly
listen.
subscription to tunanoodle.com.
I have to listen to some housewife from Minnesota tell me about how she made this recipe before I get it for free.
Well, Minnesotans do love their casseroles, Adam. We all know that.
You need 2 cans of condensed cream of mushroom soup.
2 cans?
Yeah.
I only got 1.
Was it a big one?
We got to wrap up this
This is-
podcast.
10.5-ounce
I gotta go back to the store.
cans, 2 of them. 2 cups of shredded cheddar cheese.
Cheddar cheese.
Ted, you don't have to make it exactly like these people.
Okay, but
It just won't be the best.
it needs a.
It'll just be Ted's tuna casserole.
What's wrong with that?
Whatever you were thinking about goes in there.
Okay, anyway.
Tuna, of course, the next thing.
Egg noodles. Did you find out the thing about cooking the egg noodles before noodling?
I'm reading you the ingredients. I will soon be to the actual
I do have
directions.
some chicken broth, if that helps anything.
Nope. You're going to need...
Oh, damn.
This is to put peas in it, frozen peas.
Got 'em.
Yuck.
Love me some frozen peas. Yes, peas.
This says mushrooms.
I love mushrooms.
But you
Even
didn't
with
get
the 2 cans of cream of mushroom?
Yes, of course. The cream of
What
mushrooms.
kind of
not the
mushroom?
same thing.
Shiitake?
This says pick your own.
From your toes?
Psychedelic.
Hell yeah.
1/4 cup chopped onion.
Oh, God. I hate chopping onions.
You always smell like them.
Yes. Ugh.
Why do you hate them? Because you cry?
Chopping onions always makes me cry.
And this says, this is wild here. This is probably what makes it the best. 1 cup of crushed potato chips.
Really? Lay's? Anything wavy? What's the...
Again, not specific. You get to pick the chip.
Pick the chip, pick the shrooms.
This says to go ahead and boil your noodles.
Okay, now we're talking. I want... Is this dish...
Tender yet firm to the bite, though, because
Is-
they don't want you to overcook these sons of
Would you say
bitches.
this dish is best served cold?
No.
Much like jealousy. You want it?
Cold?
Yeah.
Why?
I'm thinking like... Oh, I guess I'm thinking leftovers, but I'm thinking more like a pasta salad kind of tuna noodle casserole.
You bake it and
They've
then you
had
eat
those.
it.
They've had those, though. Don't act like you haven't had a cold tuna noodle pseudo
Read
casserole.
step 7 to me, please, out loud for
Let me
all of the
reach
listeners.
over here.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Serve hot and enjoy.
Exclamation point.
Move down. Maybe there's something about eating it cold, too.
Oh, you're right. Step 8.
You'll enjoy
Get
it
it out of
cold.
the fridge. Eat it cold.
Like a barbarian.
Like a fucking
Like a caveman. Right out of the
bachelor.
fridge.
Yeah, that's awful.
I'm in. Thanks. Well, yeah, send that over and I'll check it when we're not recording
I
a
lost the
podcast.
site. It's gone.
It's going to pay the $79.99 for a yearly subscription.
I'm sure you can find it again. Just simply look up best tuna casserole recipe.
Tuna noodle, tuna doodle noodle. Tuna noodle, doodle my noodle. Adam,
I do eat tuna, but I just eat it out of the can.
you are riding solo. You had to, function as a human being and without the support and love of your family. And but you did have your dog, but your dog can't go to the grocery store for you.
No.
Adam, you told me this is the first time you've been back at it at the old grocer, your local grocer, and you had a little
things have
eye-opening
changed.
event.
Yeah.
Times have changed. Adam, I think it was the Obama administration when Adam was at the last time he was at a grocery store.
That's right. I took a crisp $10 bill into the store thinking,
Able to feed his family.
surely I can get a month's worth of groceries.
Get dinner for 5 easily.
The first
Even with
thing
Rocco.
I noticed was the
I'm saying his
meat.
name. The meats. The quality or the price?
Both. Quality down. Price up.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know you love
Haven't we manufactured a...
I know you love yourself
fake
some
cow yet?
processed what is it? They had some funny
Everything?
fancy name for it the other night when we were having what we used to
Oh,
call
yeah.
cube steak, but
It was called machined.
yeah, really appetizing sounding.
They run it through this big...
We do meat right here at Undisclosed Grocer.
Yeah. It was called cube steak.
Cube, you got to be cubing me.
And they manufactured it.
Oh man,
Which means they threw it through this conveyor belt with all the spikes and hammers and weird shit.
tenderize that.
Put a bunch of
meat.
holes in it. Because otherwise it's like shoe leather.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like shoe leather with a bunch of holes in
But
it.
they're definitely just getting right into the clever description.
But you put it right into the crock pot. That's what you do there, slow and low.
Slow and low. Let yourself go.
The meat was bad, and then, and this is all making sense now. There was one other thing I saw while I was there. I got all my stuff. I'm an idiot. I got a carry cart like this, like the little basket.
Oh, yeah.
Basket.
Well, you're trying to get a workout in too while you're at the
Got
store.
a basket, and I got 3 things. I put some chips in there, and started to head around the corner, and I realized I got to get charcoal. I had to get charcoal.
Gotta get charcoal.
So now I got this stupid little basket, and I got a bag of charcoal. I can't,
You
So,
are
like,
looking like a cool, tough guy.
I threw it in there.
You
I
threw
put
it in the basket?
I had to, and I jammed it in there. It wouldn't fit.
Mm.
Well, because thank goodness they've shrinkflation the charcoal bag, because it's like this
Same
big
price,
now.
though.
It's almost big enough to fit in the little basket.
And it's almost big enough for one
I jammed it in
use.
there. Yeah. And then I try to get the meat, and I can't put the meat in the basket. It's over. My cup runneth over.
You're a comedy show.
So I went around the corner and found a cart that was just in the aisle by itself. So I'm taking this
gosh.
shit.
A
This
miracle.
is mine. And I threw my basket inside the cart.
Oh, you are double dipping.
Yeah, everybody's like, "What are you doing?"
Were people pissed?
They were.
They were like,
I'm sure of it.
people looked at you with their jaw gaped open.
Uh-huh.
That guy has 2 ways of carrying his groceries in one.
Yeah. He's
Wow.
what excess this man's using. He's got his basket right around in the shopping cart with
That's
him.
amazing.
He's jammed a whole bag of charcoal into it.
So, were there a lot of people there at the grocery store you made angry, or?
Oh, yeah. So there was a ton of people.
Yeah, you went on a day
But
where.
the reason I brought that up is because I had to stop in the little cart area to get rid of my basket and my cart, and grab my bag, pull it out of the plastic basket,
Oh, yeah.
and
How
then put
embarrassing.
my cart up. And I was putting everything away, all my items that I used, and this lady came in the door, and she was doing the Good Samaritan thing of bringing her cart all the way back to the store. But when she got in there, it was like she was taking out all of her aggression on this shopping cart.
Just threw it in there?
She's pushed as hard as she could into the shit.
I love that. Well, Adam, you've seen these videos where there's people out there who will shame you.
For not putting it in?
Yeah, and they put magnets in your car like, you're not a cart putter backer.
Maybe that just happened to her. Do you think?
Maybe, or she got triggered by that and said, I'll show you, big market. Here's my cart.
So odd, though.
You're not going to get me on one of those videos.
Because we both reached the carts at the same time. Like, I'm coming from this direction. She's coming from the other
And
direction.
she's chucking it.
She's just like, it was like pleasant. Like, oh, we're turning here. We're both going to put our carts away. And then she just, oh,
So was into the
startling. Almost cussed her out.
It is kind of fun to do that, though. You never done that?
I will stack them up. Like, I'll line them up and push hard to push a bunch of carts.
You ever work at a grocery store?
Yes. No. No.
I'm talking about doing what Margaret, the angry shopper, did.
Yeah.
You've ever just done that? Chuck them in there.
Well, I bring my cart back every
Or
time.
do long distance, like push it and see if it makes it in there.
That is not going to work.
Dude.
You got to line those things up. You can't just send it from across the line.
Send it.
You don't.
Totally. And a younger Ted.
No,
Messing around.
I disagree.
In the parking lot. Messing around. Well, you did have a delicious meal made prior to the podcast.
There was one woman who was running up my back when I was walking into the store.
Oh, boy.
And she was...
It's busy.
She was with her friend or whoever, I don't know. And I'm just moseying, and then she says, right in my ear, because she's so close. Like she's trying to get... We have a mission, and we just need chips. And I was like, what the hell?
They're right up by your alley.
I stepped out of the way because I was like startled. And, I was like, if you're in that big a rush, they got all the tight aisles with the food on everywhere,
It's too much.
So I just got out of the way, let her flip by, and she realized how rude she was being. She apologized.
Oh.
And I said, watch it, bitch.
You had some moments of Yeah. Did you make eye contact with her and give her some kind of look like, oh,
I just went like this, like, fuck, you're right in my ear. And she goes,
Whoa.
oh, I'm sorry. But then she sprinted to the chips like it was Black Friday or something.
Well, she was on a mission, it sounds like. She was on a chip mission. Adam, that's funny. You mentioned kind of getting spooked or kind of, being in public and someone running up on you. In the opposite manner of that, back at the K, I'm back ushering, getting out there, talking with the fans, just the people of baseball. Really, I mean, I can't just narrow it down to Kansas City.
Oh,
A
yeah.
lot of Oriole fans
Come from all over.
here at the second now series of this season, and they're not most of the Baltimore folks
Mhm.
fans I saw either. Only I think one, they said they actually lived out there for a time, but others were from like Omaha for some reason.
Okay.
They just picked teams randomly.
Well, they don't
back
have a
then,
team. I
guess.
can see that. Yeah.
But the
Seems-
Royals are an affiliate out there. I don't know. To each their own. But there was a gentleman that was at all three of these games recently by himself.
Loser.
Just an older gentleman.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And
guy.
he, like where I'm at is a restaurant area for
Mhm.
those new TNAers out there. But, it is the ballpark. But he was getting drinks of ice in them and just pouring them out right by his chair. And there's like, other people by his area.
Why was he doing that?
And
When he
hell
was
if I
done
know.
with them? Or he was just getting cups of ice?
when he was done with them, there were drinks that had
Oh.
ice in them. And like,
And you're concerned that someone's going to fall on the ice cubes? or something?
yeah, there's other people walking by him and whatnot. And so he got up and I cleaned it up the first game.
You did?
Yeah.
Did you have a broom or
And then
use
he
your
did
hands?
it again. There's a broom and luckily I have a area where there's those items.
So
Well,
does he
there's
could he put it in the trash can or something or do something else
He
with
could have
it?
thrown away, yeah, easily.
I mean,
He could have filled up his cup with more beverage at the soda pop.
what's wrong with people?
I don't know, but he did it not once but twice. So then the next day when he does it again,
Stop.
he comes back the same seat
Stop.
by himself.
I would be pissed. You say, "Sir, quit dumping your shit out everywhere."
I came up to him and I said, "Oh my gosh, you spilled your drink. I'm so sorry that happened.
You said that?
Let me get this for you. There's no drainage back here, so want to make sure no one falls down
Yeah.
as
So-
I'm sweeping it up." But he's very like flinchy and like I was back there, because it's an area where I'm manning and making sure all the fans in this area are, enjoying the
Was he
game. And
trying to see around you? What do you mean, flinching?
no, I mean, I was just behind him, like trying to get the. Well, at that time I got the ice, but I'm like, there's people walking around him. First couple games, he didn't have anybody like directly sitting next to him.
Yeah.
The last game he was at, he definitely had someone next to him, and he was very, very off-put by it. And I don't know, it's hard to read people sometimes, but I guess any interaction he had with any people, like we rotated and interacting with this guy because we didn't know who was either making him mad or how he was going to react. And like, it's a new season of Royals ushering. There's new.
Hang on a second.
New
I got to know
talent?
more about this guy.
Oh, okay.
Is he just a rich guy? He thought he was.
I have no
I'm gonna
idea. I
pour
don't know
this
if he's
out
a-
wherever.
Don't know if he's a Baltimore fan. He did look like he was very affluent and had some money to him. but
Okay.
he probably was. I don't know if he
Just trying to paint a
was
picture
one of these
mental.
guys
What's he
right
doing?
from Baltimore, and real fancy
Rich?
pants. I don't know,
Yeah.
but he was very particular person.
Fuck your.
And I
floors.
thought maybe, there's like other, this is a section where like lots of groups meet and all this, there's a lot of action around him. Like,
So So you thought maybe he was with a work party or
There's a
something.
birthday party. Well, no, I mean, I'm just saying, like, there's people around him that are, like,
He was drunk.
enjoying the game, but maybe not fully watching it and, like, getting in his way often. And he still came back. He probably could have been moved. We asked him if he wanted to move away from this party.
What was he drinking?
I don't
Mixed
even
drinks?
know. I don't even
Something
know.
with ice in it.
Yeah, it might have been even water. But these guys have tickets on their phone in these seats in these sections that have like credit that they can use in the restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like going to the bar every time rather than using the server to get drink for whatever reason. So he didn't have to like.
Tip?
I don't know. He's probably one of these guys who he acts like he knows what everything's going on, and then when you try to tell him, he doesn't acknowledge that you're just talking to him or.
What a jerk.
Yeah, it's just like these. I get these larger groups that come in. They're coming in for a birthday party. They're having fun. They want to, they're at a park for the, a buddy's birthday or something. But they don't understand like there's like different sections, and you can't just sit wherever you want.
Right. Yeah.
And you're trying to accommodate everybody. You're trying to, if everybody's willing and able around them, or there's seating available around them, you can kind of make it happen for folks. But it's a daily thing. So I'm like trying to like and the bigger groups usually come right after first pitch or like right leading up right before the game. So you're waiting for all these people to get seated. But this guy that was in like, that's the other part of it. There's like a general like a first come first serve public area to this restaurant there, so people are sitting up there trying to like get the lowdown on this ticketed area down below where you can get closer to the field.
Yes, you're
and get service and all that.
just describing society right now.
Well, yeah, but so like I'm trying to get like this one family had bunch of folks, and I'm trying to help them out by moving them around a little bit, but they all had tickets for the area around us, right?
Mm-hmm.
This guy was up top like, what are you telling her about seating being open? And I'm like, I'm just trying to butt in on like this conversation, like acting like I don't know, like he thought I was trying to hook these folks up or something.
Yeah,
I don't
like
know.
he wanted a deal too or something.
He was like, well, I'm not trying to get down there. We're about to leave anyway, but what were you saying to her? I was like, I'm just trying to help her accommodate her party here. I kind of said it like that. I was like trying to like say it in the nicest way. I'm like, why do you care?
Yeah.
And he's like, never mind. Like got all like mad about it, at me about it. And he continued to sit up where he was. I was like, what is wrong? I mean, like, why are you getting all huffy with me, man?
It's the haves versus the have-nots, dude.
Oh, totally.
And you're just gatekeeping.
All the time. Like, I'm an usher, and I, want to just enforce all of my power on, fans all the time and just be that guy.
Yeah.
Who
You
just
tell 'em when
makes
to
everybody...
stand, when to sit
what are you
down.
doing? Don't do that.
Mm-hmm. Is that ice in that, sir? Oh, okay.
I just want to... But what I really
I'll get
want
the
to do
broom.
is I just want to shake my hips and have fun and say, how you doing? Welcome to Kauffman Stadium.
You shake your hips.
Come back and... Yeah. Dance cam.
They can get you on
Remix
dance
the
cam?
6, anyone?
Oh, wow. That's what happens in the sixth inning?
Oh, yeah. You got to get down there and shake your...
I'll be looking for you
hips.
next time I'm out there
Yeah, you got it, bro.
at the K.
At the K, okay.
Have you seen anybody you know yet? That's the fun
Well, Brian
part,
McKay's
right?
always down there.
Well, not Brian McRae.
Oh, like people I know?
Yeah.
I saw a couple friends and whatnot.
Ooh, what are their names?
Well, Kenny.
He came through already?
Kenny came through. He's already been there. He was there
Kenny should have
two
called
out of
me,
three
man.
games.
I wasn't doing anything. We could have gone to a game.
Together, you and Kenny?
It would have been cold, though. I thought about just going.
It was cold. We got coats on.
You have pants on?
Oh, I got some pants.
Did you wear your pants?
Yeah, I wear pants.
Is it warm up there at all? Cause
I'm covered, and it's kind of a give and take. But the wind doesn't really blow in on me a lot. But
do they have those
what
big
it
warehouse heaters up there?
it looks like they do, but nothing blows
Just
out
a
of them.
red light. Oh, okay.
I think at one point my area, in Craft and Draft, they actually kind of advertised it being climate controlled and like had cooling in the summertime. And I think at one time they did have like heaters out there, but I think they got rid of those when they burnt people.
Yeah.
Fun thing. It's wild. We got a lot of turnover, Adam. We actually added a lot of new help out there. You know, this being my 4th year
Huh.
at the helm in the yellow
Wow.
polo. It's fun just bringing on a new team of
Hang on a second.
newbies.
4th year?
Yeah, is that wild?
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm totally sure.
Are you?
Check the tapes.
We've been doing this for at least 3 years. I just got a Facebook thing today, and it was
Today?
you with long hair.
Whoa.
Yeah. So
Were we
remember
doing?
that.
We weren't even doing the video though.
No, of course not.
Good.
But I still took pictures of you looking like that.
Yeah. Two brothers on the microphone.
We used to be so different.
We're just totally different now. You have a dog now. We have dogs in the studio now.
Have you ever seen Facebook Saved by the Bell? One from the beginning.
Yeah.
That show was
I'm
wildly
saving
different.
all my best for tomorrow. Today.
Yeah.
And leading into the college years.
Wait, that you just sang the wrong theme song, huh?
I know, but I'm saying like from wearing like what was that one? What was its name? That's what the show was originally called. Meet Mrs. Frizzle.
Bliss or whatever.
Yeah, Mrs. Bliss's crew.
Is that what it was really called?
Something like that, Adam. You look it up because you're in charge.
Because I was watching. There's a Saved by the Bell channel on my free stream.
No,
I swear to God.
all Saved by the Bell all the time, or
Miss
just like on
Bliss
Sundays.
was her name.
I know, but check it out. There's like
What about it?
well, remember when we used to watch Saved by the Bell all the time when it was like reruns, but then they would actually show like ones with Miss Bliss, and they would be like Zach would like introduce them, be like, "Hey, here's one from the vault where I was back in middle school, and we had a troubling time. There's no AC Slater.
No,
you had
man.
a friend named Nikki or something like that, right?
Check out these people. This is who they started with.
Yeah, wasn't it called? The show was called something totally different. Adam, go ahead and tell me.
No, it was not called something
It
different.
was Mrs. Bliss's
No, man.
Kisses.
This is
Kisses with Miss Bliss.
This is when they had Screech and he was called Samuel. That's not AC Slater, dude.
Yeah, that's Nikki.
And then this chick, they
That's
got rid of her for
Not
Kelly.
Kelly.
See? So it's wildly
Where's Jesse?
different. That's what I'm saying at the beginning. And then it
You're saying we're
evolved.
like these people back in the day when we first started?
They had to upgrade. They had to get Jesse Spano. They had to get Kelly Kapowski. Okay?
They had to get
Tits ass.
Mario. Tits ass.
And then they brought in AC Slater, greasy haired. It looks like this guy's hair, but
They got rid of him.
beefcake.
Do you
Hey,
have the kid's
Preppy.
name?
Remember? No.
Okay. That's helpful.
But Mr. Belding has always been there, and he has always been.
Ball to the ball, the bang, the bang, dang, the ding, the dong, dang, the bell, the ding, ding, bell, ding.
Yeah,
Classic.
man. Yeah.
He's probably still touring around and doing like Saved by the Bell nights at local minor league baseball teams.
Oh boy.
Cause I'm saving all the best for tomorrow.
Dennis Haskins.
Today.
What if out of the blue you got cast to be the principal on a show?
The Saved by the Bell reboot?
Well, okay. Anything. I'm just saying.
Oh man, am I too old to play Screech? Zoinks!
Yes.
No, okay.
Yeah. That's weird.
Go by the name of the King Ad Rock.
But I just want to talk about that because
Cause I'm
I was
saving all
watching
my best for
last night
tomorrow.
on my Saved by the Bell channel, and they had a whole old people cast, the old group, a totally different show.
Totally different show.
I mean,
Totally
I remember
different
watching it.
perspectives.
I just never acknowledged that all of a sudden all those people were gone. They still kept Lisa's the same, Screech is the same, Zach is the same, everybody else gone.
It's like they did a test audience and they're like, well, I don't know, man. We got to get rid of. We're going to turn Samuel into Screech.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Lisa was different? Lisa probably was poor back then, but now in the later years, she got all that money
She used to be...
from her Turtle Wax family inheritance.
Wait a minute.
What? Did Lisa make it to college? Remember they had the movies back in the day too? They
No.
used to do like
They couldn't pay Lisa.
they used to
keep
do
going.
like the NBC.
Screech was the only one who went to college. Everybody else was done.
AC Slater went.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No.
Yeah, they were roommates.
Who was?
Zach and AC.
At college?
Yes.
They did the college years with those two?
And Mike Golick was or not the Golick.
I thought Screech was the only one who kept going with this.
Screech was in there. They did the high five in college too. They
Oh, I
all
do
goofed
remember.
up.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
Kelly even made a couple sods.
She took a break from son-in-law.
Another one. Through the years, you saved all the bells.
Oh my God, they were all there. I lied.
Thank you, Lisa.
Lisa was the only one. Oh wait, this gal's
Jesse.
different.
Jesse was doing Showgirls.
Jesse was on Showgirls. Oh boy, I can't remember
saving
that.
all my best for tomorrow at the strip
Stay.
joint.
Got these two weirdos in here. Those are new people.
Yeah, newbies.
God, they still look great though.
They all look great. R.I.P. Dustin
I'll
Diamond.
be at the corner just in time to see the bus
Right.
fly by.
I think we've honored Screech in many
Enough.
ways here on this podcast.
Oh, yeah.
It's forever entwined. Adam, another show that do want to we'd be remiss if we didn't bring it up on the final week of his existence, but a show that we've held near and dear to the TNA 10 Out and Talk for an Hour podcast history, but the arc of our good friends, the Connors, there is ending, and with a show that started out as Roseanne, and we were able to talk about Roseanne and the fun sitcom mom that she was, and we can always hold with us those memories of her before losing her reboot. She was a part of that, right? I mean, she was. And they had the whole
They brought her back.
Roseanne, yeah.
Yeah.
And then she went
She
crazy.
immediately said something crazy, and they were like, "You gotta go."
Fired her ass.
But they want to keep the show going, so they kept it going as
Keep it going now.
the Connors instead of
They killed off
Roseanne.
Roseanne of her own show, and they kept the Connors. That's the American way.
That's pretty bold.
That's beautiful. But it's lasted how many years now? It's gone
I
for a
think it's
while.
37. But listen,
37 years?
do you count that?
It didn't. It had a break, Adam. You can't. I'm
Okay.
just saying, how
This
many
is
years of the
what-
Connors
okay.
is there?
All right. Well, that's how they're promoting it. Okay. They're promoting that this is it after 37 years.
Well, after the final episode of the first rendition of Roseanne, there were a lot of questions like, what was actually real? Roseanne is a writer. She wrote all this, Dan died years ago or whatever that was. We always had that controversy. We never knew what really happened there.
Well,
but then
that
she
was
became a huge
obviously a
racist and had to
dream.
say something. And she left the show, and now we got Roseanne, or just Dan, on his own. And he's only there half spiritly. He's, thinking about bigger and better things on that HBO Max show, The Righteous Gemstones.
It's a great show.
He's got his hair all grown out. Poor Becky's got a drinking problem, and he's trying to employ her. I've seen that on some reels. Keeping up with the Connors on the reels, Adam.
What now?
When I'm just reeling, looking
Sure.
through all the reels, a lot of Connors content
Mm-hmm.
where Becky was working, putting up drywall, and was drinking on the job and had vodka in her water bottle, and she was trying to play it off. It's like, Dad, I just gotta keep it all going. I gotta have a little something in the morning.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
Connors
yes.
always hit the hardest hitting
Oh, yeah, that's true.
topics.
Yeah, that's true. I saw that.
And when David got done being, the Big Bang Theory nerd,
Mm-hmm.
he came back for a couple shows with Darlene.
He did come back?
Yeah, Adam, you got to watch some of these reels to catch up with the Connors.
Oh, okay.
Aunt Jackie, I heard last time I saw her, she was like, "I'm going to be the world's oldest police officer. I'm coming
Metcalf.
back on the
That's
force."
Lori Metcalf. She carries the show. She's really a
She's a
comedic
great character actor.
genius. Love her.
Oh my gosh, she's
Uh,
right up there with.
I found my stat here. Okay, so Roseanne and then the Connors, the whole thing spans 36 years. Roseanne
for?
airing from 88 to 97,
Okay.
and then briefly revived in 2018, and then followed by the Connors, the spin-off continuation from 2018 to 2025.
Wow, that's 7 seasons.
Current, yeah. So,
That's amazing, Adam.
yeah.
So do you think all the actors who owe Roseanne a lot for putting them on the show, I guess they didn't feel a single bit of sorry or remorse for continuing with the Connors? They're like, "Bye, Roseanne. You probably should have said that." What doesn't kill us will make us grow stronger.
Yeah, probably.
Adam, it all ends this week.
I know the last one.
What are we going to do? We're going to be like a podcast where we're pre-Roseanne and post.
Yeah.
How are we going to ever bounce back here?
Hang on a second.
What's DJ doing?
Didn't they already kill Dan off?
That's
What you were just saying?
what I was just saying.
Oh, man.
We
that
got to go
one
to some
season-
fiction.
That one season was just a dream and he was still alive. I thought he did
No,
that on the show.
Yeah, they were like, Dan died years ago. And Darlene was actually married to Mark.
Oh,
and
yeah, I do remember that.
David married Becky.
Why'd they do that? Why'd they say all that?
Adam, go back and watch The Last Roseanne. She tells
know,
you
I remember.
everything.
I remember all that.
No, you
but
don't.
I do. I do. I
Just
do.
tell me you forgot everything.
I do. But why? Why would they do that?
I don't know. But back in, you said 88 to 95?
88 to 97.
97, God.
Golly.
Why did it end then?
Probably because it had been on.
Man, end of an era. End
Dude,
of
there
an
was
era.
like so many sods in a season back
How do you
then.
think they're going to end it? Like Lanford just catches fire?
Probably, yeah.
Lanford, landfill, Lanford. Someone, they all get sick at the loose meat diner,
Mm-hmm.
and they go that way.
Mm-hmm.
You think Roseanne's going to make a cameo on the last Roseanne of the last Connors? I'm back, and then she sings the national anthem like she did back in like '88, and everybody in America cries.
You lost me. I can't.
What doesn't kill us will make us go. Do you think John Popper will make an appearance and do his harmonica?
Only if it's skinny John Popper.
Ozempic Popper
Yeah.
on an all-new Connors on the series finale of the Connors. John Popper, John Jalapeno Popper.
Yeah. Love that.
Why you gotta give me the runaround about Roseanne?
Gonna give me the runaround.
Well, yeah, well, it's sure far away.
Now, careful. We're going to get us banned.
Adam, this is my only outlet. I get to sing my 80s and 90s hits
Because the kids don't,
and make some dumb references.
nobody recognizes your references.
A lot of people don't enjoy it early and often and as much and as fluently
Yeah.
as they come.
Yeah.
Or they want to come out of this brain of mine.
Are you starting a story here? Are you gonna tell
Not
me
yet.
something?
You got something for us to talk about?
Yeah, I was going to tell you something.
Go ahead.
If you're talking about your references,
Let me tell you something.
you remember a show?
About references?
No.
I'm the family guy.
I bet they wouldn't
I remember it
recognize
like this.
this
Go
one.
ahead.
God, so much. Kids in the Hall. Remember that show?
Yes. Great show.
I just watched this documentary about Kids in the Hall.
You
It's
did?
pretty good.
What's it streaming on?
I don't remember. But it's called Comedy Punks.
Okay. Comedy punks.
And
I'm writing it down.
it's good. It was good. There was some stuff I didn't know about, which was cool,
Like-
interesting.
Kids in the Hall.
There was like,
They're Canadian.
and here's another thing I liked about it. It was nice and short. There was 2 episodes of it, and that was it.
Too long already.
2 49-minute episodes.
That's short?
Dude, everything
this
now
day
is
and
like
there? Yeah.
40 for. But anyway, they talked about how they got their start. You know, they're from Canada,
Right.
and they were like, you know all the guys, right?
I know Mark Kenny. I know
Okay.
Bruce McCullough. I know...
Bruce and Mark started together doing improv.
Okay.
Okay,
You're gonna
as a troupe,
Troop.
and then Dave and Kevin met each other and started doing stuff together separately.
Dave Foley.
Uh-huh.
Kevin McDonald.
Yes.
Okay.
And they had named themselves Kids in the
Kids.
Hall.
They did.
And Mark and Bruce were like I think they said the audience or something was their name.
Okay.
Or something audience. I don't know.
I'll listen.
But after a while they joined up, and then here comes Scott Thompson. And they were like, this is it. This is the group.
Wow.
It was exciting.
And
then they did,
magic
like-
in a bottle.
Other celebrity interviews talking about the show and how it was
Other Canadians?
original and cutting edge. Well, some people were Canadian, yeah.
Comedy punks, huh?
Hmm.
Why did you put that in
I think it's on Amazon.
Prime?
Is that what you're supposed to say?
I don't know. Amazon Prime?
Streaming? Yeah, Prime.
It's streaming. It's Willie Beeman streaming.
You got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes,
Bet.
and it got an 8.1 on IMDb.
I'm going to check it out.
But they were talking about
Adam's recommendations.
how they were bad, and they did sketches and just kept doing their stuff,
They're
and they
freaking
got
punks.
better. And then it was
Oh, they were
getting-
bad that way.
And they blew up, and
They were on HBO, right?
they first got on HBO.
But they probably were on Canadian TV first, right?
They got
Public access?
No, I think HBO was their first TV, and then they got canceled from that, and then Comedy Central used to play them all the time. That's how we saw it,
Mm-hmm.
because they started doing this like, in the 80s, like. But anyway, it was interesting that in the first episode's like all that history, and then it was like once they were big was the next one, and they kind of like got in a fight and broke up and got back together. And stuff.
Really?
It was kind of funny.
Well, they make a movie together.
They
Brain Candy. They
By the
talk about
time
that?
they did Brain Candy,
They
they
hated
were
each other.
mad because Dave Foley got a
News Radio.
news radio. And they were like, you're just going to leave and go do news radio? But their show had already been canceled, so he was like, yeah, I am. I'm going to go. And so that made everybody pissy.
Jealous and sad. And
Yeah. And at one point, before they got their show, Bruce and Mark got picked to be writers for SNL.
Oh, Bruce, what? Did Bruce actually do it?
Hmm. And Mark.
I know Mark was on it, too.
Yeah, but they weren't like,
Was Mark Kenny
only
that
did it for
cab
like a
driver
season
on
or something or short.
MTV?
yeah.
It was him, right?
Hmm.
I knew it. He's good. Hey, speaking of which, speaking of breaking up, maybe like the Ted and Adam Talk for an Hour podcast, you had mentioned
You want to break them?
if you were offered a spot on another podcast that you would do it, you just break us up and say, forget
Mhm.
Ted, I'm doing it solo. I'm riding solo.
Absolutely.
I'm pulling a Neo and I'm rocking solo.
I recorded
Is that Neo?
3 this weekend without
What
you.
what?
Yeah, dude. Sorry.
What? You got behind. Did you use my snowball?
No.
Oh, okay.
I went to their
Not in my
place.
snowball. You went to
Yeah.
their place?
Yeah, I did
At
it
least you had
there.
the decency to do it there. You
We used all their stuff.
didn't use any stuff. My school, another teacher there has been doing a podcast with the kids. It's really uplifting and
Boo.
stuff.
Oh.
Whatever. But they got a grant, and he got money to get like all this fancy podcast equipment and stuff.
Oh, I would have been smart.
Isn't it for educational purposes?
The podcast is not?
I can't like have school fund the Ted and Adam Talk for an Hour podcast. But if you wanted to,
Why
you
not?
really need to sell ourselves out. That's why we had Rocco on the show.
People love dogs.
People love dogs, and people love Ted and Adam. And if you want Ted and Adam to push your product, come on. We'll try it.
You know what you
We
do?
want to do commercials on the show. We want to be bogged down by commercials
Ted's
and
in charge
ads.
of marketing. So he gets all the marketing materials, and then he forgets to bring them on and put them on
Promote 'em.
camera.
Right.
So
we're in the works of really spiffying up. And,
this deep legal battle is what we're in the middle of.
yeah. Defacing Ted and Adam property. Our property that doesn't really belong to me, but we continue to create a podcast on it.
Getting a gift certificate or something, or getting a discount somewhere and saying that you're going to promote someone else's business and then never doing it.
No. What?
You said that.
That's not happening right now. Let's just keep podcasting, Adam. Let's just focus on our podcast and good things will happen.
Okay.
Anyway, what else is going on? We've been out and about. Spring is like getting wild.
Sure.
It's beautiful out there, but then it turns so cold.
It was too cold this weekend. Not cool, man.
Not cool. I hope you didn't put anything in the ground yet, Adam. You know the rule about not putting anything in the ground till Mother's Day.
Is that true?
I think that's the rule of thumb, your green thumb.
Just because you're good, it won't get
Yeah, it's supposed to be later in the season, sure.
harsh weather. Doesn't matter where you live, though.
Harsh, my mellow.
Is that just for us?
Yeah.
Mother's Day rule?
When are you going to get, I'm sure you living in a big neighborhood like this, there's a lot of, not so much competition, but you got to keep an eye on what your neighbors are doing in terms of yard spring activities, mowing.
Oh, sure. You're trying to ask me when I'm going to mow my grass?
I'm trying to ask you, when are you going to charge your lawnmower?
Oh, man, you had
Burn. Got him.
You had to bring up my electric mower.
If you had the over-under on
You just had to do it.
April, when's this dropping? So of Ted and Adam talk for an hour.
When
Ted slammed at him for his electric
battery,
lawnmower.
a little
I'm
battery
proud of you.
operated mower
You're saving the earth.
charge up.
You probably don't have to do the backyard because of this Rocco character. He runs around so much in there that it tramples it down.
Yeah, he's killing it.
And you won't. Before too long, it'll be shuttlecock season. He'll be having the badminton scene.
I don't know if I can. It's too many piles. Too many Rocco piles out there.
Oh, he's coming too. He can hear us. The first podcasting dog.
What a guy.
What a dog.
A lot of firsts tonight. We did go out and look in the neighborhood, though. We've been walking and seeing everybody. And there was one lady who was all bundled up and out there mowing her grass and shit.
Yeah.
She had really nice grass.
Electric mower.
She was like, "Oh, hello," and I was
gasoline ran.
like, "I'm not mowing my grass."
Ew. You're like, "Oh my gosh, those gasoline fumes! Please, miss."
I was like, "There's clippings on the sidewalk. My dog, his feet."
Do you have a bag on your mower?
I have one, yeah.
Okay.
When I'm done, I get rid of the clippings, though. If I shoot them all over the place, I sweep them up.
On the sidewalk, yeah. That's not just your sidewalk.
It's everybody's sidewalk.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's your responsibility to clean up.
That's right. Even if it's poop.
And I'll tell you, I'm just jealous because you have a yard to mow, I guess. I'm just a guy that, doesn't have a yard.
You can mow.
I can't get on the grill. Can't burn my stuff down.
Wait, you could. You live in a house. Darn it.
But it sure isn't a home.
What? If anything.
I would find a way to, if I have a little porch, I probably would burn something down.
No,
Too many dead leaves in the dirty ground.
Wow, is that Jack White?
He was at a Royals ball game when he was in town playing music. Did you see that post?
Yeah, I did see that. Were you there?
Let's put Jack White on on the hashtags and see if we get a response. Maybe we'll listen to the
You
pod.
got it.
Dead leaves on the dirty ground, Ted.
Ted leaves.
Ted leaves on the... Rocco, you had something to say?
How did that go down? Did Jack White know? Because he's a Baltimore fan, right?
I think he's a Cubs fan, isn't he?
Oh, fuck.
I think he's just a baseball fan.
Okay, so he was just at the game?
He was in Kansas City for a show, and he was
That's
like...
what I meant. Like, these shows
At least
started
the
at
game's not... My show won't be a rain delay. And I was like, hey, Jack, the game wasn't in a rain delay, dude. It was a little misty, but we played through it. I think, Adam, he probably got there pregame early, took the picture, and left. He wasn't there for the whole game. You know, rock show, guys.
You think he just went to take a picture and left?
Yes, of course.
Why would he even go then?
That'd be Jack White. He's a baseball fan. Probably he's marking it off his stadium list. He probably took his booklet, his passport.
He loves Detroit.
Got his stamp.
And he co-owns a baseball bat company, Waristic.
Is it a torpedo bat? Is Jack White behind the torpedo bat craze? Now we're getting somewhere. Adam's nodding his head.
I'm reading about this, which is very
Adam nods his head when he reads. Good, good.
This band, the White Stripes, is known for a song called Seven Nation Army.
Okay.
Which has become an anthem for many sports teams. Why would they put that?
It's more like a soccer thing is what I think of. But a lot of people do that. We
are all dumb. We're just not this. But I mean, like the way we look up stuff, and this is the truth. I found it on the computer. If I didn't know better, I would be reading this off as fact. Like, a lot of people play that song at baseball games. Oh, no shit. All right. So that was, I did see that. But then he did the concert and...
He rocked out.
I looked up the tickets. It was pretty pricey.
Where was he playing?
I think he was at Uptown.
Uptown.
So, but
Kansas City is electric.
The cheapest were like $200, I think.
Everybody loves this guy. I hope we get look at the Rocco on the video. He's got his little nose up on there on the screen. Look, we're putting Rocco. Not only do we help the TNA Nation get to sleep, we put animals to sleep too, I bet. If you have animals at home that you have to leave when you go to work,
sure,
you leave the Ted and Adam podcast going. The Ted and Adam talk for an hour. You let those dogs and cats and iguanas and lizards and mangroves.
Come here. Come over to the speaker. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh jeez.
We didn't account for this.
Okay. Let him sniff it. It'll sound funny. Yeah, he did the Uptown. That's
just
cool.
got a little bit more time, Rock. You're doing great, dude.
You're doing real good.
Good boy. Anyway, Adam,
I'm sorry. If you smell that, it's because I have violent gas this weekend, really.
Well, are you one of these guys when he gets a little freedom, you're cooking on your own, you're doing your own meals, you're having all the tuna you want, having all the protein packed meals you can handle? Adam, you upset your dog on many occasions while I've been over here in the studio. And
why? Why did I?
Prior.
Oh, because of the farting?
Beefy flatulence.
It's bad, and it's not letting it up.
Sorry if you're at your lunch break right now, TNAers, and you're listening and you're trying to grab a bite to eat.
At least you can't smell
Adam, let's just say Adam's been eating his own tuna, I'm
in my own prison.
His own preparation of tuna eating.
So I'll
right out of the can.
My head up high.
You just have a can of tuna.
Absolutely.
With crackers.
When I get home from the gym.
Right?
I like to have. There's 30 grams of protein in a can of tuna.
Who's this gym guy?
I go to Planet Fitness.
Whoa, plug.
And I've never set off the lunk alarm ever.
Put that on your resume.
But you think that's why? Because I eat tuna out of the can?
I think it's going to give you some powerful punch in your flatulence.
You do.
Why not?
I got one brewing right now, man. I don't know what that is.
You open up a can of tuna. You're saying like if you when you and you're wondering why your farts stink. You don't realize.
Hey, it's good. It's good for you.
I hope this is clipped. Well, you clip the clips, but then I hope that's what the next KC Comedy Club decides.
The tuna.
These guys.
SKC Comedy Hub.
That's what I said. Cut that.
Tuna.
KC Comedy Club, we love you.
I did make
Thanks for the
something
pub,
really
Hub.
gross the other
Thanks for
night.
the pub, Hub. Have I said that before?
Yeah, you did to them.
You mixed what?
I had
I did to them.
I did make kind of a gross dinner the other night. Now that you say this,
Broccoli,
because
Brussels sprouts.
I always
asparagus.
had this plan like I'll do something tonight. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna go to a baseball game or something. I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah, by yourself?
I'll go see a movie. I'll go see Jack White or something.
Shoot, I should have gave it to yeah.
And then-
yeah, sorry, I probably should have got you tickets this weekend, huh? Anyway, go ahead.
Nice. So, but then I'm like, no, I'm not going to. So then I'm like, I'm gonna make some dinner. What do we got here? I don't want to leave.
Don't want to
So I
go talk
started-
to people
I don't want to interact with people.
in public.
So I started making some food, and you ever had these like, I don't know how to describe them. It's like shredded sirloin that comes in like a frozen disc that I get from Costco. It's specifically to make like a Philly cheese steak type sandwich.
Yes, I love that.
But it's
like
just
frozen
meat.
though.
Yeah, it is frozen. It comes frozen. You cook it straight from frozen. You put it on a pan, and it's seriously done in like 2 minutes.
Mm.
And they give you a little salt packet.
Love it.
So I made that, and I'm like, what am I going to do with this? I'm going to try to make a Philly cheese sandwich. Didn't have any onion or peppers or anything. So basically, I'm putting that meat, which is just like the worst meat ever.
Bad for you, you mean?
Greasy from the
Yeah, just
butt. I don't know. If it wasn't so tiny shaved meat, it would be awful to chew on. But you get it, and I put that on a bun with cream cheese on it.
okay. Talk about Philly. Little Philly cheese.
There was a restaurant I had it like that once, and I thought this is good. But of course, it had like other stuff in the
With
meat,
onions and peppers and
yeah, good stuff.
you are a bachelor, man. You had cream cheese and questionable meat
And then I made
on a
some
hoagie.
homemade fries.
with potatoes.
Potatoes, I cut them up,
You fry them?
fried them up,
Hell yeah, man.
and then I just
Chef
pooped,
Adam over
fart,
here.
poop, fart.
You got some real good grease to
Lots of grease.
get it going. Get
I
it.
did eat that with a side salad,
Oh man, you got a little roughage to get it going.
but I put the greasy Italian dressing on there also.
Excellent.
Wanted to really get a storm brewing in there. You feel me?
Well, it is storm season now.
Y'all
You
really
got
don't feel me,
tornado and thunderstorms coming your way.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you take care of yourself. Take care of your plumbing.
Are you talking
More on
about
that
a
later.
real storm or?
I'm talking about the storm in your tum tum
Oh, that's right.
with all this cream cheese and
Well, it's just wreaked havoc and wreaked outside in the air here. I can't help but notice the dog is on your lap now.
yeah. Somehow thinks I feed him.
Look at him.
He's adorable. I've never seen him this calm. He's usually biting my
Yeah,
hands off every time I try to pet him, but.
yeah. He thinks he's a human.
Well, he's been a great great guest on the sode today. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze to end the show.
You scared him. You almost ran out of here like Morgan Whalen or whatever his
Oh
name
yeah,
is.
hey, Rocco, don't run out of here on the
Hey,
goodbyes.
stick
while we're
around.
saying goodbye.
Stick around. We're not done with the show
All
yet.
right, we want to say goodnight to everybody. This is when all the bands like clap, clap, down, 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 down.
Mm.
Good night, everybody.
I'd like to thank Mike Myers.
For being Canadian.
Mike Myers was in Kids in the Hall too. I mean, he performed with them.
He did?
Yes.
What time?
And when they
Back
were
in the
really
day?
early, yeah. Not on
Hey,
the show.
I'm
Before
a-
they got famous.
I'm Canadian, eh? You want to be on my Canadian sketch group?
He's
eh?
like around the same age, and he loved them. And
Don't you know? Oh,
he
whoop, I
thought-
lost it.
they were really inspiring to him, and he wanted to do the same thing. And he did some shows with them, and then they all got signed, and he was like, "Oh shit!"
And then Lauren picked him up.
Yeah.
Said, "Hey, I'm Mike
Lauren
Myers."
produced that show. You know
Yeah,
that.
that's true too. I forgot about that. Doom.
I guess you should watch this documentary, and then we'll talk about it.
Oh shoot! The thing you told me not to do, I did it. At the end. Okay, I hope I didn't mess everything up. But, folks, thanks for listening. Thanks for being a TNA'er, and thanks for being here, Rocco. A good big shout out to our good boy, Rocco. Good boy, Rocco. Thanks for. Oh, there he goes. He's starting to bite.
Teach him bad habits.
Bad habits, they did. Oh, we want to thank our good friend Ed Sheeran for putting out his new song out there. Put a hashtag on it. Get some Ed fans listening.
Let's
to
get
this,
them all hyper.
Let's get them all hyped. All right, everybody. Good night and sweet dreams. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.